In this strategy, students learn to convey and clarify complex ideas in informative explanatory writing by including graphics such as charts, figures, diagrams, and maps. This video segment will show steps 3 through 6 of the strategy, which highlight teacher-directed instruction. The lesson continues with step 7, where students review their own informative explanatory writing for appropriate places to include graphics.
Graphics are used to show information visually. Graphics such as charts, maps, diagrams, and graphs can sometimes communicate ideas and information more effectively and quickly than a text can, especially if you have a complex topic. When we're talking about graphics, we're usually referring to static or non-moving visuals. Whereas when we're talking about multimedia, we're talking about materials that change, such as video, audio, animation, and materials linked to websites. Now, this tool shows types of graphics that you might include in your writing. So look over these examples. How can certain types of graphics be used in different kinds of writing? Good suggestions. Graphs might show lab reports, and timelines might be helpful for biographies. Now, think about how you would express this same information in writing. It would take a lot of words and a lot of space to convey the same information if you didn't put it in a graphic. Also, some graphics may have titles or labels. So these need to be brief and only include the information necessary for readers to understand what the graphic is showing. Remember also that writers can include graphics anytime during the writing process. So when you're planning, you might think about how to illustrate complex information and add notes to your informal outline. Or if you're in the drafting or revising stage, you can think about where graphics might help you manage parts of the text that have a lot of data. Now, where are you going to find your graphics? You could make them, and that would be fine. You could also find graphics that were made for you. You could borrow them from other people. If you do this, remember to properly cite your sources. And one last thing that you need to remember is only add graphics for a good reason. If the graphic isn't relevant or effective, it can confuse your reader instead of helping him or her understand. So it's better not to have a graphic at all than to have a purposeless one. Okay, let's talk about where you can place your graphics in your writing. So think about these points. Graphics should be placed near related text. Position them based on their size and importance. Your word processor usually lets you place a lot of graphics in a lot of different ways. So important graphics might be placed in line with the text. So there's text above and below, but not beside the graphic. Less critical graphics might be placed to the side, so the text flows around them. Some graphics are so detailed, they need the whole page. Also, if you have a lot of graphics, you might consider to number their captions, like figure number 1, map of Puerto Rico. If you do this, be sure and look at your style guide so you format it properly. Keeping all of these tips in mind, I'd like for you to look at your own writing now and see where can you add graphics.
Graphics may be added to writing of any subject area in order to communicate complex ideas, details, or data. When included, graphics should always serve to aid the reader's comprehension.